Hey, Alexus, Love Beauties and Flawless Man. Welcome back to part 2 of Women Can Be Deadbeats Too. I know in part 1, I don't know, my tone of voice just be fooling sometimes, like in these episodes. It's coming from a place of compassion. And the last thing I want to do is, offend somebody or anything. But it's just sometimes when we hear stuff that we never heard before, somebody saying it, y'all know it's coming from love or from trying to be funny. You can tell when somebody coming from love. But in part 2, I want to calm down. I don't know, this conversation really just came about. I was just sitting in the bed, and actually it came about because I heard a mother going crazy on the kid, and it was just like, in my head, I'm thinking, but the child is so young, so innocent, can barely speak, and you going crazy. So it just started coming to me, all of the topics and all of the different things. And I was like, it's a podcast, so this is why we're here. But let me calm down, because at the end of the day, every mother and every father, you are still valuable, you are still worthy, and you are still a human. And before you had a child, you were a child, and you still are somebody's child. Whether your parents are here or not, whether your parents have forsaken you or not, the Lord said He is our Father. Whether you're a single parent or not, we still have God that can help us and can teach us and can train us and can lead us. But we are so traumatized by us not having our parents or not receiving the love and having to struggle with our struggles with our children now. This is what we call a generational curse. And it goes on and it goes on and it goes on when this trauma goes unchecked. The trauma is spiritual, but we get diagnosed physically because now you bipolar. Because nobody knows that in your mind you are angry because you didn't receive the love. You're angry because you had to raise your brothers and sisters because your mother and your father was doing drugs. And it goes so far. It goes so deep, but it has to be talked about so it can be stopped. So, Alexus, Love Beauties, I know, like I said, it's just a hard topic, but again, I apologize, but I don't want to keep apologizing because it's just the work we doing. It's just the raw and uncut work that we're doing. Let's go ahead in part 2 and talk about some different things that we can heal as mothers or wanting to be mothers, because that is something that I desire to be, a mother. That is the most beautiful thing that we can be as a woman. That was the most beautiful way that the Lord designed us, to be a mother. And whether you're a mother now and your children are grown, or you plan on being a mother, we have to learn how to heal our relationship styles. We will go into this on a video, an actual video, and I will teach you what I have learned. But for beginners, I always encourage you to do your extended research. Go on the internet and look up the relationship styles. So the relationship styles, come on, Jesus. In short, a relationship style is more of like a spiritual conversation from what I've learned. But the relationship style is the way that you were trained as a child, or lack thereof. So you can have a secure relationship style. Come on, Jesus. There's 4 relationship styles. The relationship styles go into the way that you act, the way that you think, but it's not just that. It also plays into your behavior. It plays into every aspect of your life. It plays into every single thing, and the way that you think, the way that you eat, and the way that you move. And this is why it's so generational. You can have a secure relationship attachment style, which means that your parents were there. They nurtured you. Both parents were there. They nurtured you. You've never struggled. You probably struggled, but you didn't know that because you knew love. So you had them tucking you in at night. You had them praying over you. You had them giving you the support that you needed when you came to them and told them that you wanted to be a doctor, and they gave you the resources to go to school. Secure relationship styles go over into your nervous system being balanced. Like your mind is good. You're healed. You have a healthy, balanced mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, financial, and sexual lifestyle because your parents were wise parents to know, hey, this child is going to grow up one day and they're going to be sexually intimate. So at this time, we both feel like as parents that the child is able to receive this information. Let's sit them down and let them know that your body and your mind is going to change. But this is the way that you should go about this, to follow the laws and statute of the Lord. And then this way we can continue the generational blessings. A secure relationship style plays into you being secure in your own relationship. You're not worrying about if this man cheating. You're not worrying about, you're secure. So the relationship style of security means just that. You're secure in everything. You're confident. Your parents didn't remove your confidence because they were calling you ugly or you're overweight. They made sure they installed love and security. That is the relationship style that we all desire. But we have been raised and trained in the way of an anxious, come on, Jesus, relationship style. A anxious relationship style is the one where the parents have said, hey, I'm scared. I don't really think this is going to work out. I don't know how this about to work out. I don't know how this about to get done. You're just anxious. You're always on edge. The mother was on edge. She wasn't eating right. She probably was drinking. She probably was fighting when she was pregnant. Just anxious. Just always anxious. Just fidgety. This plays out into your life. This parent probably didn't have no confidence. They didn't teach you no confidence. They didn't speak no love into you. It was nothing going on good around in the house. You were struggling. We trying to figure out how we finna eat. Okay, we got a sandwich, but we got to break bread. Literally, come on, Jesus. You get the crust, I get the middle. You get the end, I eat the butt bread. Even though I don't even like the butt bread. Anxious attachment styles plays into your adult life because you are not comfortable now. You are not confident now. You are anxious. Like, dang, oh my God, is he cheating on me? Cause see, when I was growing up, my dad, you feel me, like he was always cheating on my mama. So I'm just wondering, like, is he gonna be cheating on me too? We are the company that trained us. We are and we're not, but we have our own identity, but we don't know how to separate from our parents and live our own life because of these attachment styles. And the physical, this is something like scientifical. This is just something that we learn, like the love languages and different things like that. But if you see how I see it, it goes spiritual. And then when you see how it play out in your body, like when you anxious, your nervous system been knocked off. When we go into it, we learn that the nervous system is one of the largest internal organs. Again, this is spiritual because we can't see the nervous system on the outside, but when we move our fingers, when we move our arms and our feet and our head and our neck and we blink our eyes, come on, Jesus, that is the nervous system. That system has been out of whack because your parents were anxious. You are now anxious, so now you fidgety, come on, Jesus, and they saying you schizophrenic. These are the things that happens, and it all comes from the way that you were trained. Now you're anxious because you think he cheating on him because your mother was getting cheated on and beat it on. This is why we say, oh my God, I'm living my life just like my mom. I'm living my life just like my dad. I'm living in their image. I'm living in their shadow, but you are your own person. And this is where you have to break the curse. This is where you have to stop and you have to do something different. And all the Lord said we had to do is learn and seek ye first the kingdom. We have to learn. We perish for the lack of knowledge. We don't know this. This ain't new. I'm just now learning about this, but this been out here. A part of healing goes into these different things that we talk about here that I've been learning, and it's crazy. Anxious attachment style. Then you have the avoidant attachment style. Come on, Jesus. Your mother said, get out my face. Like, Ma, I ran into the table. Well, run into it again because I'm tired of y'all coming here talking to me. Like, gone. Don't you see I'm on the phone? Don't you see I'm... Jesus. I be so uncomfortable giving examples, but we got to put it into where we can understand it in this generation. An avoidant attachment style. I don't want to be bothered with you. You should be grateful you got a roof over your head. So I don't understand why you trying to talk to me about this little boy you got a crush on. Get out of my face. An avoidant attachment style means just that. I'm going to make sure you eating, you taken care of. You can't say you never been abused or nothing. But yeah, just, I don't want to deal with you. An avoidant attachment style. And this came from your parents. They didn't want to be bothered with them. So then I asked the question, well, why did you go as far as having a child? A deadbeat woman. An avoidant attachment style. You don't want to be bothered. Oh, Jesus. Then you have a fearful or fearful, avoidant attachment style. You're always scared. You were scared because somebody left you in the room. You were scared because somebody left you at the house. You were scared because you had to work a job and you didn't really know how to do that. You didn't even know how to communicate. You had to go around other people. You were scared because the condom broke. You were scared because of this. You were scared to fight, but you had to fight because somebody hit you and you had to learn. Fearful, avoidant attachment. Fearful, avoidant attachment style. You are afraid of everything. You're afraid of security. You're afraid of love. You're afraid to be anxious, but you're anxious. You're afraid of disease. Come on, Jesus. We have been on lockdown, years ago. We know that the 19 is now a part of our regular routine now, right? We are afraid of ourselves. We ride in a car with face masks and it be just us. We walk outside walking. Not because we about to walk in a building, walking miles outside with a face mask. We are fearful. It goes way deeper than that. You're afraid because you've always been afraid. Somebody has always, it's in a family somewhere. It's running in the blood to be scared. You always clutching a 9 and then some of these things comes from now. We ain't just going to play on our parents' top because we all got free will. And some of these things are amplified and they're multiplied. Come on, Jesus, because of the things that we do in our life. But we're doing the things we do in our life because we have not seen better. We have not been taught better. So we don't know better. And then at the time where you probably wanted to open up to somebody, they did nothing but judge you too or shut you down. Come on, Jesus, avoided you. So you was like, just forget it. I'm just going to do what I want to do. Fear has been set in. That's a fearful attachment style. So 99% of the world that I'm looking at, we all suffer from the insecure styles of attachment. We don't know how to attach. When we say attachment, this can be in a relationship, this can be in a job, this can be to God. We don't know how to attach because a lot of us have not had security. A lot of us are learning how to get secure, and we're learning that we need that security in ourselves first. We're learning that we can't change another grown person's mind. And then we've been so trained that this your family, you got to ride behind your family. We ride or die behind our family. But when we read our Bible, we see that our family are those that does the will of our Father, and that some of our blood family are being operated by the spirit of deception. And so we have to be careful, and we cannot judge people by their just off the strength of our blood. We have to judge by their fruit. We've seen too many people get set up in the Bible by their family. And family is always a sensitive topic that don't nobody want to talk about, but this is why we still hurt, because we ain't never got into it. Alexus Love Beauties and Flawless Man. We will come back and break that down, the Lord's will, into a more structured video. Women can be deadbeats too, come on, Jesus, due to their relationship style. Women, we have to do our extended research and change our relationship styles to become more secure. We have to forgive the baby fathers so we can be more secure. You have to have the raw and uncut conversation with the child at the appointed time. You know your child, and you can tell and discern when your child is ready and humble enough to say, you know what, this girl is 14. She's starting to get puberty. Her hair is growing and she is beautiful. Hey, Queen, I just wanted to let you know that, I know you were asking about your dad when you were a little bit younger, but I waited till you were a little bit older so you can comprehend a little bit more clearly. Come on, Jesus, that your dad and we met and it was just a one night stand, which is something that you'll probably hear about in school or just in the world in general one day. But that means when you don't know someone and you just meet up with them and then you have unprotected sex and then you have children. And I wanted to talk to you about when you start feeling like this and when you start looking like this, that it's not bad. This is spiritual. This is something that happens come on, Jesus. Alexus Love Beauties, have the raw and uncut conversation, especially with your daughters. They are a reflection of you. If she's a fast ass little girl, she got it from you. And I'm going to leave that alone. Cry and listen. That's it. That's all I have on the list. To heal. To be a woman of excellence. Because many women have done virtually. Come on, Jesus. We are a woman. We all know how to cook and clean and take care of the man and, make sure the kids is good. But there is one that exceedeth them all. The woman of excellence, Proverb 31, that we always want to talk about this woman. This woman has more to her. She don't have these type of problems. Like, this is where we look at other women and we be jealous because how she married and I'm not. Because we thinking I'm doing something wrong. We not secure. We got work to do to be a woman of excellence. We need to cry. That's one thing we need to do. We need to vent. And not to our homegirl because she on the same level we on. Let's just be real. She ain't gonna get it either because she ain't. I'm talking about when you meet a real woman or you meet somebody that you can trust, the woman that you know is your friend, and you don't have jealous and malicious intent, but you really want to vent to another woman, go ahead and let it out. Or if you feel like it's a man that you can trust, go ahead and let it out. But as a woman, we need to cry. It's a form of human emotion, and we need to listen. And if we need to, show that emotion to your children so they can know you human. Parents don't like to show emotion to your children, but they need to know that you are human. I love you, and I will see you back in part 3.